the patient will inhale through the tracheostomy. The valve will open and it will allow the air to go to the tracheostomy. Now, when the patient exhale, the valve will close. Then the air has to be forced to go through the nose and mouth. I told you at the beginning of this series of videos that the patient on tracheostomy can speak and eat, and this is very basic need for the patients. Now, there are also like limitations, especially for the food. Food, definitely, the patient might like have his food by nasogastric tube, which is fine. Now, if he's in tracheostomy and I need him to eat, we need to make sure that this patient is free from the risk of aspiration. We need to make sure that the patient like has the ability to swallow and he will not aspirate, because normally we have trachea. Behind the trachea there is esophagus. To make sure that the food, when I will take it, it will not go to the trachea, it will go to the esophagus. We need to make sure the swallowing process, the closing of epiglottis for the airway is working very well. I mean, here this epiglottis will close the airway, close to the trachea, allow the food to go to the esophagus. Now, this test will be done by a specialist in the swallowing therapist. They will do a swallowing test. They will give the patient like special water, let's say blue, and will ask them to swallow. And they will observe the suction from the trachea. Ideally or normally, it should go to the esophagus, but if there is aspiration, it will go to the trachea. And if we are doing suctioning, this colored water or colored like substance, it will be appear in the trachea in the suction canister. So they will do this test to make sure that the patient can take food and he will not aspirate. If the test shows that the patient cannot keep the airway, then they will not allow him to take the food by mouth. Now, this is the part of the like eating and swallowing. Now, what about the speaking? Can the patient speak? The answer is yes. The speaking valve is a button-like piece of equipment that is placed on the outer hub of the tracheostomy tube. Help patient communicate more effectively, vocalize. Also has a benefit of clear the secretions. It will encourage the cough. It will improve the breathing muscles strength and improve function of the larynx and swallowing. How it works: the patient will inhale through the tracheostomy. The valve will open and it will allow the air to go to the tracheostomy. Now, when the patient exhale, the valve will close. Then the air has to be forced to go through the nose and mouth. Then the voice will be formulated. So as you can see, inhalation will go to inside the lung through the tracheostomy, and when there is exhale, it will go to the nose and mouth. It will pass the vocal cord, the voice will be produced. It is important, it's very important to deflate the cuff before you apply the speak valve. Imagine that the air will go inside, and if you did not deflate the cuff, it means the air will be trapped because it cannot go through the tracheostomy. Okay, this can cause suffocation or respiratory arrest and death. So what is my rule as a nurse when I'm handling patient with a speech valve? Initially, I have to do an assessment for the patient if he can use the speech valve or no. So he need to be awake, alert, can understand the recommendations and the commands. I need to confirm that his respiratory status is good, that there is no distress, there is good oxygenation, manageable secretions. Suction the airway before applying the speech valve. As what we said, we need to ensure the cuff is deflated fully. We cannot use the speech valve with inflated cuff. The second thing, that we need to apply it in aseptic technique. We need to observe if there is a sign of respiratory distress, stridors, any changes in the saturation, or there is increasing in the work of the breathing. We need to monitor the patient, like if he became tachypneic or desatting or anxious or he has cyanosis. We need like initially to start by short period, then gradually increase it. You can hear the patient sound is not normal because maybe the intubation time, maybe the vocal cord has like affected by the endotracheal tube. Encourage patient coughing and provide suction as needed. Definitely we need to arrange with the respiratory therapist because they are specialized in this matter. We need to provide hygiene for the valve itself by cleaning it with soap and water or based on the recommendation from the manufacturer. But in general, they recommend not to use alcohol, but to use soap and water and allow it to dry completely. And usually it need to be replaced every 2 months as based on the institution policy and procedure. Lastly, we don't want to use the speech valve during the sleep, and we need to avoid it if the patient has excessive secretions or anxious or agitated or he has obstruction. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the coming video.